afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Damien. Here. It's an exciting 1v1 on Holotny Farmer. We'll be doing a match here from the beta I received here from one of these two gentlemen. I shall not reveal who. So we'll, of course, be having a bit more sort of information right now, fingertips without having to press a ton of buttons. We'll be watching here on the left side, Bryan fighting for Germany, for the Reich, for the Panzerlehr Panzerdivision, striking versus the enemies of Germany. Fighting him shall be Thunderhun, fighting for the United States of America, for the glory of capitalism. Fighting here for the 5th Infantry Division, holding up here as the Panzerlehr strikes towards them. Commanders are mechanized, airborne, and recon support. Interesting combination there for Thunderhun versus Bryan with mobile defense, Osttruppen, and encirclement. Bulletins are infantry, bit of armor there, and machine guns for Bryan. And we know here, by the way, an interesting opening here for Bryan, by the way, who's going for civil grenadiers, whereas Thunderhun's going for infantry. I mean, in that regard, you know, I can easily point out things without having to constantly shift sides. So in that regard, it makes things a bit interesting, and probably creates a different flow as to previously, where sort of you'd be switching every 10 minutes. I suppose I now have a slightly more holistic picture of things. We got several riflemen on the way. We got a bit of early barbed wire, but again, he's sort of going southwards, so securing the initial points there. I mean, that's an interesting approach there on Farmer. More men are moving up there. I suppose in that regard, he sort of wanted swiftly some munitions and fuel that way. I mean, strategic points are swifter to capture than, say, a fuel points. I mean, I suppose that could be the theory behind it, but nonetheless, it is a bit of an odd approach there from Bryan. MG42 following up here. Bit of barbed wire here to cover the center. And we know here Thunderhun's going for a very spread out approach, grabbing a lot of territory on a sort of wider field, and also sort of, you know, quickly spotting out the positions of Bryan. In particular, if Bryan spread out, he's going to suffer a bit under the same fate here. Of course, he gets caught by single squad. In this case, the Grenadiers were already caught outside. So this did not work out a bit well there. The Grenadiers already suffering losses, the Riflemen suffering, well, naught. So it's good to notice there we got the reaction troops moving southwards, connecting here, though taking a bit of while there, a bit delayed. Third Rifleman squad there. Oh, was it here? Okay, arriving there. Got the MG42 probably moving out to support the Grenadiers up north. Fighting to versus the Riflemen. Slowly making progress there. And of course, knowing again the new sort of building mechanics. Again, this is a wooden log structure, not necessarily the most fortified structure in all of Russia, or wherever this place is. And of course, actually takes damage from small arms fire due to the bullets. We're slowly hitting the Riflemen actually getting bled out here. Bit unfortunate there for fun, and there you go, vacating the premises. Losing another, got the MG4 opening up there. Oh, Rifleman attacking here from the south. Grenadier squad here need to pull back for Bryan. Or the other Grenadier squad, they take up position there, quickly catching up with the Rifleman out in the open. We got another unit joining in here, catching Bryan's Grenadiers in a bit of a nasty situation. We got a sniper on the way, so 2 Grenadiers, an MG42 and a sniper here. A bit of a rarer opening from Bryan here. A bit of margin between the 2 Grenadiers, MG sniper opening here from the Germans. Definitely the less usual stuff right here, taking away from here. Got the Grenadier of Rifleman here, pinning down the Grenadiers inside the building, while the other one was going here for the cut-off point. Well done there, well done there. And we're seeing overall Bryan is quickly losing a lot of territory here to Thunderhun already, whereas Thunderhun's doing quite nicely. No tech up so far, no upgrades either. Sniper almost done. We're seeing here that Thunderhun's actually floating a bit of manpower compared to Bryan. But there you go, sniper has arrived. Die Scharfschütze ist here. And that should make things a bit more unpleasant soon enough for Thunderhun.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Grenadiers moving up there. Not really good engagement here. The Grenadiers actually still moving out. There's only a few of them getting hit, shoot back. And so far, they're not actually hitting the Riflemen. On the other hand, they're shooting back quite viciously there versus the Grenadiers. But again, soon things will change. Pioneer striking south. And already here, Bryan is taking up. Bryan is taking up, so a low unit count here. In this case, it's sort of more harder striking force, but at the same time, it's going to be one that will struggle to hold the terrain, though. And that, of course, can't be where things go wrong here for Bryan initially, whereas Thunderhun's force is actually a bit like again. It's actually floating up quite a lot of resources here. I'm very much curious as to what Thunderhun's thinking. Is he going for a captain right off the bat, or what? What is he thinking? Guys, they're down to 2 men, not looking good into the building, taking further damage. Got another Rifleman squad flanking their sniper, falling a bit back here. Bryan taking a bit cautiously. And we got here airborne for Thunderhun, and we're meeting a choice there of Pathfinders. And at the same time, the captain on the way, so very much what he seems to be aiming for there with all that fuel floated. A captain that could then follow up either a, well, pack howitzer or maybe a Stuart would rather be sort of the more obvious choices here for Thunderhun at the moment. But so far, dominating the map quite severely. Bryan here a bit on the back foot. Sniper sort of holding back. He doesn't want to sort of get rushed by some riflemen there from Thunderhun. But at the same time, wants to sort of maybe use support and guard the area here. He definitely wants to get that fuel. Like to make a nice company up. Stop sending me in much at the bloody blue. Right from there, ended up losing here to the sniper, the Scharfschütze. 4 kills so far. The grenades are not looking good. The low unit count for Bryan is certainly holding him a bit back at the moment. Pathfinder sneaking up here, rolling up some terrain on the far flanks for Thunderhun. So all of a sudden here we see here that Thunderhun's force has grown quite severely all of a sudden, and the captain moving out. Hey yo, Captain Jones, or whatever. Moving out there with Thompson's rifles and a pair of bazookas. And here we go, the Pioneers trying to counter again, but this time encountering the Pathfinders and finding a path very quickly away from them. An assault here through the centre. We got the MG42 covering the centre. Looks like Thunderhun trying to sort of guard things and prevent movement from Thunderhun. And he does put a quick stop there to the rifleman. Like to make his company up. Adding for some panzer gunners. He could also go for a scout car, but then again he might be having a bad feeling since he's seen no lieutenant, which could actually indicate a captain there, which of course it does in this case. Still no choice here. And we're also noting a beacon up here. That should help a bit. Should give an idea sort of what Thunderhun's running around with around here. In part. If it becomes necessary. There you go a bit, but Breaker has got just a lot of men here. Thunderhun's basically piling it all up in one place. He's got grenades as well, quickly laying down the smoke there. Good, good. Which also pretty much prevents Bryan's sniper from sort of afflicting Thunderhun's men for the time being. Meanwhile, he's going for up here. The grenades are a bit on their own. Panzers will need to rush up there to cover it. The scout car still would be a good move. We also need quite a bit of munitions there floated. Oh, looks like he killed some liaison troops there, or something. Nope, that was a beacon. Beacon. Quick, another rifle grenade on the Panzer grenades. That does not help those the sniper. Right here, actually, there's something that Bryan could have done. He could actually use the smoke check to advance here on Thunderhun. That could actually have been a quite neat little move, you know. Oh, you late smoke there. Well, I'll advance it against you with it. But, you know, in this case, he's still got an option here. Move up there, then there. And sort of get closer to Thunderhun while once more losing the fuel. No taking up. We got a bunker up there. Still no doctrinal choice. I mean, right now, for example. Oh, he's gone for mobile defense. Mobile defense. We got tank traps lying down here. Sort of Thunderhun trying to sort of prevent any sort of southern movement from vehicles. Although, I mean, it's going to be at most a detour because, as some people might be surprised to know, wooden fences don't make much of an obstacle for tanks. Otherwise, the German invasion of France in 1940 probably would have been a lot more difficult. Ach nein, Dieter, ein wooden fence? Think of the property prices if it costs that. Ah, shut up, Jürgen. Stop being such a sissy. And as they go falling back, they're realizing he's going to be in a lot of trouble afterwards with the Panzer since he dodged the grenade. I mean, how dare Bryan do that? More guns counter-attack through here. Rifle holding up there. Quick rifle grenade, awesome sniper fire there. Again, attempt here by the Pioneers. And again, they keep encountering Pathfinders. Not really working out well here for Bryan's Pioneer. Panzer grenades there securing the point. And following up here with barbed wire to pretty much create an obstacle here that no one can cross, unless of course they go through the wooden fence down south. I mean, sort of kind of ruins the sort of the idea of it. Okay, Jack, once we're done with this, the Krauts won't get past us. But what about that fence over there? Shut up. Why do we talk like this? I don't know. Too many cigarettes. And response there being secured. Bit of bombardment there for the pack howitzer. Generally, though, they generally belong to either sort of airborne units or mountain units, since they were really the only ones that needed such light artillery. Sort of a quick note there. Similarly, the Gebirgsjäger and the Fallschirmjäger had sort of a similar artillery based on the Leichtsinfanteriegeschütz. A lot of beacons there. A lot of beacons there, but northern point being secured. Thunderhun also holding up nicely to the sun's territory. And we're seeing also more surface here, so Bryan fleshing out his forces there of the Panzerlehr with Osttruppen. Yeah, we are not quite so elite, but we've sent in from a nearby Osttruppen battalion to support. I mean, generally Osttruppen battalions really at late 1944 really didn't do much. I mean, they'd basically been sort of sent around to sort of basically do hard labour since they were basically deemed too unreliable. In particular after Normandy, where a lot of them basically surrendered to the Americans outright, or at least after not a lot of fighting. Of course, what they did know afterwards is that they handed over to the Russians. I'm sure they kind of regretted that, because Stalin did not like that. But a little note there, Canadians are flanking up with the Pathfinders. Also moving up here, of course, need to stay to cover. Packhouse is supporting Thunder Simply, by the way. Good use of the Packhouse to support Panzers here. Oh, being overwhelmed, but at the same time, he's charging straight into them. Oh, he actually pulled back. They actually did a lot of damage to the captain. He might even be able to sort of finish off the rifleman with a quick Gebaldeladen. He might have been a bit too quick. Then we got the Osttruppen here. There you go, nice sort of behind cover, thanks to this sort of new cover stuff there really put in. None of them sort of sticking out. So now they can actually say, we can fight just as well as the German, or at least not running out into the open, like the Germans also used to. The Germans don't really seem fair. Anyways, Thunderhun sort of getting a nice control of the map here. And we've already got the major up, so he's rolling straight from him. Not his choice here, getting a Scot though, sort of punish the infantry. Thunderhun obviously like an anti-armor, though of course in that case Sherman would have been a better choice. But I imagine Thunderhun might sort of try to bombard him out, which is always an option. No taking up so far here from Bryan. He might want to consider that Canadian moving in past the Pathfinders. Looks like he really wants those Pathfinders gone. Finally out of his hair. And there you go, quick pioneer assault force away the Thunderhun's pack out when the Mile Rifleman continue up here. We see him Thunder sort of trying to sort of quick pushing around here, trying to sort of outmaneuver poor Bryan and force him away. And the Panzer Division was basically formed out of tank instructional crews and such, and thus formed into an elite division, having some of the best men they could sort of dredge up that way, plus equipped rather lavishly, at least for Normandy. By the time of the Ardennes though, they were more or less equipped like a regular division. I mean, they still probably had some of the best men they could sort of scrounge up by that point of the war, but they didn't, for example, have all of their Panzer Grenadier battalions in armoured half-tracks, which they actually had in Normandy. And looks like there the Osttruppen got an entire unit. A glorious victory. Whoever did it. Or apparently they got something else, I don't know. Oh, there we go. Rifleman actually got cut down with support from the sniper. Small victory there for Germany. Tellermines up there, not a bad spot, not a bad spot. Scotland moving up alongside the pack house, and there we go. Osttruppen getting hammered. Captain joining up. Major re-echelon troops there for sort of northern push further up, and still not taking up from Bryan. I suppose it could be trying saving up here for a Puma at 6 command points. He is getting close to that, and certainly that could help those of the lighter vehicles. Oh dear, looks like he's finally had enough here pushing forward. And he's actually called in another Osttruppen reserve force here. Apparently the Panzer in this sector can't rely a lot on their own men and such. Has to dispatch a lot of Hilfswillige here. An interesting decision note there from Bryan. A bit rare to see someone go that heavily onto Osttruppen from Osttruppen reserves. Though he's not really had a lot with it on the other hand. I mean, he's not got any light machine guns or sort of highly veteran troops. Oh dear, nice grenade down on the Panzer Grenadiers. I'm sure they disagree with the assessment themselves. A lot of artillery going down here on the Osttruppen, but there we go. He's still getting... not quite there. Needs to pull a bit back. Needs to pull a bit out the coalition. Move to the ship a bit further west. Panzerfaust at Puma arriving. Oh dear, the Panzerfaust got cancelled due to that severe shot there. And there we go. Osttruppen wiped out. Heavy losses right there for Bryan, although, I mean, they are Osttruppen, so I suppose he's not shedding any tears over that. But there you go. Puma Schwer Panzer Spielwagen arriving. And that could actually cause a bit of problem there for the Scott. Pumas in general were sort of given to the more elite armoured divisions, as they were sort of a bit rarer vehicles. A bit more sort of flexible armoured cars. Later on, of course, they were replaced with, well, basically sort of more specialists. For example, one with a Pak 40 and another one with a 75mm cannon, like on the Panzer IV command tank. So a little fun fact there about them. That way the armoured cars had a bit more punch in sort of different directions. But so far he's actually sort of taking the cop on there from Thunderhun. He actually controls the more vital spots there. And he actually ensured that Thunderhun won't be getting a lot of resource. Of course, Thunderhun will try to sort of quickly grab the northern field where Bryan isn't so strong. Also got an ambulance joining in to heal and enforce. Command post here by a wrecked house up north. go, a bit of a bombardment on the MD-42, forcing Thunderhun to shift. Troops reinforcing. Still no, tagging up. We got a paratrooper squad dropping down south. The Puma pulling back for repairs as well, down to half health. Did not work out too well there versus the Scot. Oh dear, dropping right down on the Osttruppen. A bit risky there. I mean, the Osttruppen might even still have some luck there, particularly as they drop down one at a time, which also allows the Osttruppen one at a time to focus him down to right there. I mean, you know, he's committing a creep there, so one might say it. Good grenade there on the Osttruppen though, but still took quite a bit of damage there. I mean, that's really something to keep in mind, and that's always a lesson to remember from, you know, paratrooping. That is, the troops are most vulnerable like that when they're just landing. That's also why, for example, things went slightly awry at Arnhem, because a lot of the SS troops there had in fact been specifically trained in counter-paratrooper sort of tactics. And which is also why the British ran into sort of trouble, because they were immediately under attack from the Germans who knew when to attack. So, little fun fact there. A quick counter-attack there from Thunderhuns down south. Troops in again. Note he's using smoke constantly to sort of try and make it harder for Bryan to sort of push anything against him immediately. From range at least, sort of forcing me into grenade range as well. Panzer effects on the Panzer Grenadiers. Not sure if that's quite a wise idea right away at least.
Enemy forces are securing our territory.
Puma though is ready again, and we've finally got some taking up going on here for Bryan. Points there being secured. Troops there. Still got some troops hanging about here though for Thunderhun. He might want to move his pack cards a bit further forwards again, also get it reinforced. It's not really a course of range we can sort of properly support. Oh dear, and there we go, of course. I mean, you see here what sort of happens with all those being surrounded. It also allows Thunderhun sort of scout out the German infantry positions, even as they're hiding, sort of allow them to bar them. So rather neat trick there by Thunderhun, good use of them. Panzer goes here, not having much luck with the infantry, of course, due to the Panzer Shreks. Assault going up here. Oh, there we go. We also got some machine guns on the paratroopers, increasing their close quarters combat, also opening up there for tactical assault. Bryan under a lot of pressure again. There he goes, sneaking up behind the Panzer Grenadiers. A bit too late then popping it. I mean, generally as a rule of thumb, you should have wanted to pop it right before you get close to them, sort of right before it's sort of within range. So you can sort of really get the best of there. He was a bit too late then, also though, at the same time, it wasn't entirely his fault, of course, since we also had there Bryan making good use of the fire incendiary explosive round, sort of the B patrol, to, well, quickly give the paratroopers a bit of a nasty surprise.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
And he's actually taking up further. Bryan is not holding back. No support armor core for him. It is going to be the heavy panzer core for Bryan. But at the same time, though, Scott in a bit of trouble. It's out in the open. Nothing to cover it, nothing to screen it. Puma there rushing ahead. Achtung! Army Panzer in Gesicht. And there you go, might get it. There you go, Panzerfaust as well. A bit of pathfinding issues there, Penny, but still, he shouldn't have been leaving his Scott out in the open like that. That was definitely pushing the luck there without an infantry screen. And Bryan, in that case, was, of course, easily able to sort of, you know, knock it out and deal with it. Veterans one there. Target weak point, they need ability to have, and there we go, taking up done. I mean, if Bryan is going to go for it, he really should consider, though, getting his pioneers to lay down a fuel cache, maybe two, to sort of further strengthen them in fuel-wise. So he can sort of, you know, get more Panthers quickly, for example, sort of deal with it, or maybe a Sturmpanzer 4, depending on how he feels. Another infantry assault going through the centre, though. Pathfinder supporting the paratroopers, not a bad combo there. Another tactical assault, in this case, a bit too far away. He's making me a bit too quick there to pop a tactical assault, but it doesn't really sort of get effective. Plus, I mean, they apparently also become a bit easier to hit, so you should have to be careful you don't pop it too early either. You might in fact allow yourself to take further heavy casualties. So a little note there, I mean, it's a good ability, but it does require sort of a bit of, you know, proper usage. And there you go, got the Osttruppen Grenadiers, MD-42, Panzers as well, forcing away the paratroopers there for Thunderhun. Oh, Osttruppen sort of snuck themselves into the midst of the American positions. Panzerfausting the ambulance. That's definitely one day of doing it. Meanwhile, got the Pathfinders here, shooting from the church and whatnot, getting 10 kills so far. Applying a good bit of pressure there, though quickly falling out of the church as it is looking rather heavily damaged. The captain holding up the building. Bryan once more, though, having trouble there holding the map, sadly. Thunderhun back to dominating in control. Got the heavy panzer corps going up there in a couple of minutes. About 5 minutes probably. He can get a... maybe 4, he can get a Panther out. He might want to actually consider using counter-attack tactics to sort of quickly roll up a lot of territory from... oh, the Telemann was set off as artillery. That's definitely unfortunate. But, you know, use counter-attack tactics to quickly roll up a lot of territory away from Thunderhun. That might actually work out well. We also got Jackson here. Obviously, Thunderhun's expecting something big as well from Bryan. At least something armoured soon. I mean, we're at the 20-minute mark. Good job there. Paratroopers moving in there. Go, got the tactical assault this time. Better sort of time. Though in this case, there was some slight issues there, but still better timed. But at the same time, no, on retreat they also move slow, so you have to sort of be careful with it. I mean, if you quickly end up in a bad situation, you can also take a lot more damage. There's now got a few more kills. Fetching 2, by the way. So, assault here. Victory points not looking good for Bryan concerned. Comparatively, Thunderhun's got a lot left. Panzerwerfer up, though he's probably going to go for the Panther, obviously. First, but still, fuel cache would be a good choice for sort of the immediate time to further sort of speed up the process towards a Panther. And of course, counter-attack tactics would allow him to sort of grab back a lot of the territory more swiftly, for example, and gain victory points, fuel and whatnot. Oh, Puma here, moving in. Need to turn it on to free fire, otherwise it won't shoot the fighting position. Quick grenade there versus the grenadiers. Oh, nice bit of damage on the building as well. Artillery joining in. A lot of pressure there upon the shoulders of Bryan here from Thunderhun, who keeps up the pace, sort of keeps moving up. But he's sort of forgotten the south there. So, I mean, there's a great opportunity for sneak up some orbital Osttruppen with counter-attack tactics and really taking away a lot of territory from Thunderhun there. Nice and taking up his rounds, really taking out several American riflemen in the process. Well done there, Dietrich. Fighting position went down there. Again, another fighting here. Quickly pinning down the pioneers up north, while forces are running left and right. But there you go, got the Jackson ringing up for the Puma. Need to pop smoke. Scheiße, Dietrich! Nebeln! And the paratroopers are closing in on eventually too ready to mow down some crowds there with the Thompson, if they can get close enough, that is. Looks like Bryan's getting ready for a northern push here. All of his Osttruppen. Oh, he's gotten more Osttruppen! He's gotten more Osttruppen. He's calling in another reserve unit. I think he might be pushing a bit far with that. I mean, he's up to 5 Osttruppen right now. 5! I really think he should at least consider the fuel cache and then getting a Panther faster instead. Just saying. 5 Osttruppen squads. That's definitely something else. Attacking here from the south, catching the paratroopers on a very sort of nasty spot. Grenades coming through. We get a quick grenade here versus all the Osttruppen. And losing several there, but ultimately he's still got enough to not really care. Remember, Dietrich, we have reserves. Say do not. Yeah, but our reserves are kind of crap, Herr Hauptmann. Shut up. Also got rocket straight for Wilbur, and he's now adding in a Sherman. This is really going to be tricky here for poor Bryan again. He's still waiting for that Panther, but the player's going to increase. He also needs to get that Puma repaired again. He's actually getting close eventually too, which would certainly help him. Capturing a tank again from the north. Still no real interest towards the south. I mean, he could really, again, do a lot of economic damage to Thunder and to push down there. I mean, he's got more infantry than Thunderhun. He could easily just dispatch some Osttruppen to just do it. Again, counter-attack tactics, some Osttruppen. I mean, he'd be using not very, valuable troops on it, but they could cut off a lot of territory quickly, and that would force Thunderhun to dispatch something down there to deal with it, allowing more valuable troops to do more damage up north to what remains there. So now there's a slight strategic issue there, I think, from Bryan. He's missing an absolutely brilliant chance there. But there you go, finally getting some men moving. Panzer's moving in as well. And there you go, finally got the Panzerkampfwagen to support the Panzerlehr. Pathfinder's moving in there. 11 kills, still veteran free, though they are ignoring the Grenadiers. Not exactly the wisest of choices, and the dust result in a very quick retreat. Grenadiers, Panzer's holding up here. We've got the paratroopers moving in to assault and force away Krauts. And that results in a very quick retreat. That's surprising. Again, a bit too slow there, bit too slow. It's not quite as effective on retreating units, by the way. I mean, the best chance is basically when you sort of quickly round a corner where your opponent doesn't quite expect it, pop it, and then for some of those brief few seconds you can do a ton of damage to most infantry and actually maybe even wipe out a squad or two. Apparently he misclicked there, otherwise someone's been playing with the smoke grenades. There you go, Puma fires and misses, actually collapsing the church! My god, Hans! Learn to shoot! But there we go, finally he's getting some proper armor on the field. Panther Panzer, pride of the fatherland. Mobilized. Might be in for a bit of a nasty surprise there, a bit of a rude awakening. Puma firing when he should try and actually get off a target recon there on the Sherman. Oh, never mind, but there you go, Sherman coming to fire from Panther and Puma. Veteran 2 for the Puma, by the way. At the same time, man engaging up north here. Grenades on the Osttroben. Doesn't do much. Instead, the Ravnier taking heavy damage there from the old Osttroben firing away there like an execution squad. A firing squad there. Sniper in the building! What are you doing? Ach, Scheiße! Bazooka knocked it out with a sniper! No idea why he did that. Ah, too bold. Apparently, Bryan there a bit cocky. And he paid the price. Well, technically, the sniper paid the price, therefore. The hubris. Well, bazooka counters buildings about to fall apart. And there you go, got a rocket strike going in as well here. He's going to have to pull back his armor and vehicles already. United States Air Force striking in. Oh, catching the MG-42 and the Panther. Bryan Watchbull struggling to hold ground. Even despite having a much larger force than his opponent, he can't really seem to sort of leverage it properly. I mean, again, he's not using his numbers where they matter most, you know, the rest of the map. I mean, that's a huge strategic blunder there from Bryan, you know, not properly utilizing his force. I mean, if you're going for that many Osttroben, use the numbers to control the map. Spread out your opponent, then strike, for example, using the Panther and the Puma. And pull back that Puma! Whoa, except for the American air crews there, apparently a bit nearsighted. Nice hit there on the Osttroben. And the Panther was taking a hit. Finally, by the way, almost 30 minutes into the game, he finally used his counter-attack tactics. Took him long enough. No, by the way, doesn't capture it very fast, it captures it faster. But still, you know, it overall sort of holds the time it takes to sort of gain the territory from the enemy. And there you go. P-47 went down there, knocked out by the Panther's machine gun. And there you go. Lots of territory all of a sudden grabbed away. And apparently he managed to shoot down a second P-47, gaining veterancy 1. One hell of a gunner on top there. One hell of a gunner on top. Guys moving in that counter-tank from the north. MG-42 moving in. Panther ready. Puma need repairs. But there we go, he's finally forced to respond to for Thunderhun as he gains a lot of territory down south. If only done this a lot earlier, I think. Panther rolling ahead, needs support though. Bryan. Don't send into Panther willy-nilly. Also no mid-game analysis, this game is going to be a bit long there. But hopefully people shall be understanding of this. Nonetheless, I mean, we can sort of look at it. I mean, he's just managed to sort of break through, but again, he's still not holding on to it very well. I mean, a part of the problem is basically, you know, Bryan is not really playing his force to achieve. I mean, he's got a large force. So you have a lot of Ostrom. He's used this to constantly sort of pressure him, force Thunderhun to extend and sort of strike the unit. For example, he could strike here or there or whatever, catch the Sherman, for example, with the Panther. Then, I mean, force him to extend, bait him into situations, keep constantly pressuring him, using all the infantry you have. Instead, you know, he's just playing it like a sort of more regular Wehrmacht force. And all he's doing is make it easy to sort of knock it out here, which is not really good. He might also want to consider, you know, maybe a command tank to support things versus the infantry, but also to help versus the armor. A second Panther could also be a good move. A Sturm Panzer could also be an option. Right here, though, I mean, if you can, you know, you should try and get the Jackson. And which you could do there, basically rushing in the Panther, sort of keeping the Jackson's attention on the Panther, then moving up the Puma, target weak point, immobilizing the Panther, or the Jackson, allowing the thing to overall be finished off quickly. I mean, that could work out quite well. Once that happens, he can then sort of deal with the Sherman for Thunderhun on the other hand. He needs to avoid that kind of situation. He needs to sort of quickly catch the Panther in one situation, maybe the Puma first, knock it out, and while you dominate the map, continually deal with the Ostrom one-on-one, which is currently Bryan is actually making reasonably easy here for Thunderhun. Another Jackson note, which is on white, would be a good choice. Now, munitions catch sort of further supply rocket strikes here versus the armor, would also heavy up help. Except we're actually seeing a Panzerwerfer on the way here. I mean, that could also work out. I mean, a well-placed Panzerwerfer barrage could actually do a lot of damage to Thunderhun. And of course, you could sort of wipe out the infantry that way. That's also viable, though in that case, a Sturmpanzer 4 could also work. I mean, that's one way of doing it. Though the Panzerwerfer is, I suppose, in that regard, the cheaper option. Captain a bit of trouble there. Panther getting very close to Victory 2. Panzerwerfer bereit. Pack cards continue to find. It's close again to Victory 2. Losses there, and we see one Pioneer unit actually lost. For shame. It is a bit tricky to sort of try and keep up with all of this new then, you know, and sort of keep things flowing, but hopefully it is done well enough. And there you go, Panzerwerfer barrage away. Oh, there we go, rifle squad wiped out. Victory for the Panzerwerfer. Also note there, he actually moved up reasonably close, so there wasn't so much chance for scatter there, which is always a good thing to note there with the Panzerwerfer. Though it sort of eliminates the point of having it as artillery if it needs to get damn close to actually do anything. Just saying. Or at least acknowledging that. Building collapsed under geballte Ladung. Ostromling from the north. Thunderhun sort of mobilizing all his force into one armored fist, and that's good. The Sherman sort of acting basically as sort of the thing to draw fire, thus allowing the Jack to sort of more easily deal with it afterwards. Now he's also got Veterans 1 there. Another P-47 strike, and he got the Puma! That's 70 that was Veteran 2, and with target weak point, it could have allowed Bryan some good armor tactics, but rather, you know, more interesting armor tactics all the way, though it's lost. He's forced to pull back his Panther, moving up behind Old Lumber to basically have it absorb the strikes there from rocket, by the way. Not a bad tactic, not a bad tactic there, by the way. Certainly saved his Panther from a lot of damage, but needs a lot of Pioneers now to repair it. Again, using counter-attack tactics. I mean, it's great he's actually using it now more regularly, more often. But I mean, there's clearly some slight issues there with Bryan. He's sort of more reacting now. He's not really sort of making any major moves. He's certainly not trying to sort of catch the enemy armor and knock it out. Panzerwerfer, of course, needs to be careful he doesn't get within range of the P-47s. And there you go. That's tactical assault there. There we go. Panzerwerfer's all taking a bit of damage there, even when they wind up close. I mean, that also gives you an idea of sort of how powerful it is. There we go. Another P-47 strike there. And another unit lost. In fact, he lost the Grenadier squad. Bryan there needs to be careful, Vorsicht. And he needs more Pioneers to swiftly repair that Panther, though, which, by the way, now is Veteran too. I think he got another P-47. Yeah, we have shot down more American aircraft than we shot tanks up. Apparently, I should have been a flak gunner. Meanwhile, there's Sherman in the high-close round tank through the Ostrom. Good job there. Also looks like he managed to pick up a light machine gun for them. By the way, Bryan's Panther's now a lot harder to sort of deal with, thicker frontal armor. He just needs to sort of be able to use it properly and gain some good damage and sort of strike down the enemy armor. Still, he's got the majority of victory points. On the other hand, the victory point count is not with him. Quite the opposite. We see here the Thunderhun is still dominating quite severely in that regard. It's definitely making things rather awkward here for Bryan. There we go, nice flank there with the captain on the MG42. Thompson and other things there up close. There we go, we got the P-47s finally gone, allowing the Panther to move up once more and fight the Yankees. Achtung, Achtung, Panther, Panzer. And there you go, we got the Jackson, we got the Sherman moving up there. One shot going through there. No armor piercing rounds there though. Panzers need to be careful there versus high close rounds. And infantry supporting. And there you go, Panzerwerfer barrage. I wonder what he's shooting at. nothing in particular, it seems.
Ready for orders. Half track awaiting orders.
Bryan at this point might want to consider getting some more Pentagon of these. We know how we note here that Thunderhun's almost a full pop cap. I mean, he could consider laying down or dropping down an anti-tank and sort of help. Paratroops sort of further pressure what remaining infantry Bryan has would also be good. Oh dear, oh dear, no, they got bugged up there. Oh no. Pathing back. Oh dear. That's no good.
A squad of pioneers has arrived.
We'll just pretend they slipped in the blood of their comrades. And now we just see here Bryan's constantly spamming it, sort of gains control of the territory. I mean, it certainly is a sort of a nice change. There he goes, forced to call in another fresh paratrooper unit after the loss of the other one, though. Not too good there for poor Bryan, though, otherwise. Otherwise, I mean, Thunderhun's sort of still very nice, dominating. And really, this sort of armoured group here is really what's causing Bryan a lot of, well, problems, because he can't use his Panther very effectively because of it. He needs to sort of try and surprise it and knock it out. Getting another Panther would be a good move in that regard. And certainly would likely be his sort of best chance of doing it. Then he should sort of try and launch an assault from the south here, and if he's plopped it up here again, get the Jackson from behind, then knock them out using Blitzkrieg. In that regard, he might have a chance of sort of knocking out Thunderhun's Jackson. If he can do that, victory will likely be his. Northern field regained. Getting close to be able to call in another Panther there. He's almost got the field for it. And got the Panzerwerfer moving forwards. Part of any Panzer Division's rocket artillery. And you only need to a Panzer Division, by the way. But basically fired Needlewerfer rockets in a more mobile mount. More specifically, the Needlewerfer we actually know from, say, the first company views. There were different sized Needlewerfers, by the way. Some of them fired really big rockets. Almost got another rifle unit there, almost. Panzer sneaking up there. With their paratroopers ready to throw him back. He's getting light machine guns this time around, not opting for submachine guns again. It would be fun if he actually tries to bombard this position. He knows where it is, and Thunderhun realizes anything to shift it. So in that regard, we actually be a really good spot to throw a Panzerwerfer barrage at the opponent. Also, he needs more pioneers. I mean, having one pioneer to repair all of this is not very effective in the long run. He basically forces a lot of time waste. So just a quick note there.
German territory increases.
There's definitely a bit of a struggle here for Bryan at the moment. Needs to get back on the train, whereas Thunderhun is basically sort of containing Bryan at every step, sort of moving out his forces a bit more action. I mean, he's got most of the taps, of course. He's more on the defense, of course, in that regard. You know, the sort of strategy he's running, which is basically formed up into a small group. For example, the armor is basically a reserve, allowing him to act better. I mean, that's, by the way, a good armored defense tactic. Not placing them like bunkers out the front line, but basically sort of setting them up in a way, like, for example, here, they can allow it to react reasonably well to wherever the opponent might strike. So in that regard, not a bad move there, though he seems to be not reacting to this, though that might have something to do with this. A bit unfortunate there. I mean, he might have a chance there. Still, I mean, it's an interesting tactic they set up for sort of defending. I mean, he makes sort of local counter-attacks as well, but it's mostly a defensive sort of setup he's got now. Since he's largely got Bryan contained within his base, it's mostly about counter-attacks and holding back the attempts from Bryan to break out. Shaw moving ahead there. Ooh, Grenadiers in a bad spot. Another Panther barrage. And there you go! Panther taking heavy shots there. Not sure why he didn't shoot here, but instead there. Panther down to less than half health again. Not good there for Bryan. He's not really getting the most out of his Panther. And also from there under a lot of fire there. Once more from the pack house. So there we go, Veterans 2. Closing in on Veterans 3. The battle is not faring well there for the Panzer. They've been bogged down here by his Thunderhun quite effectively. There needs to be a sort of switch in strategy here from Bryan. Another Sherman on the way for Thunderhun, but Bryan can soon call in another Panther, which might have a more helpful effect. Again, his primary effect is basically first get those Jacksons out of the way. If you can get those Jacksons out of the way, it should be much safer for this Panthers to sort of clear up the rest. Wow, terrible shots there from the artillery. Not bothering to repair his Panther weapons. A bit risky there by Bryan, a bit risky. But there you go. Panther fast and Panther. Here's actually a good opportunity. He might get one Jackson there. Sadly, his Panther's not in a good repair condition, which is a bit of a problem. We see here though, Bryan is quickly rolling in with it, or Thunderhun's quickly rolling in to sort of cover it. And there you go. He's actually suppressing. There we go. The troops there to actually ensure they can't hunt down his Jackson. Good move there by Thunderhun. Good use of the ability, quickly turning sort of an assault that could have resulted in the loss of a Jackson into, well, not a loss. Well done there. Too bad though, the Panther was not ready for soon again. That's due to the lack of the Pioneers here from Bryan. He needs more Pioneers to speed up the repair of the Panther. But there you go, another Panther on the way here. Looks a bit of artillery going down there. Looks like we're going to move north here. Got Sherman with the damaged engine. The Jacksons are far away. Could actually be an easy target here. We could even get the pack howitzer here. Nope. Apparently not. Oh, Jackson shoots up something. Not sure what got destroyed there. Pioneers in trouble there. The Pathfinder's really doing quite a good job then, basically holding off smaller harassers here at Veteran Field. They got 22 kills. Not bad at all. He's basically been able to hold off Bryan there from his fuel for quite some time. There you go. Pathfinder's pinned down the Grenadiers down south. Bryan is being constantly frustrated every turn by Thunderhun. Panther almost ready, almost, and there we go. Second Panther's ready. Can this turn the tide for the Panzerlehr? Sherman running back down there. Actually a bit exposed there, so right now would be a good move to actually win both Panthers and try and hunt it down. In particular since the Jacksons are elsewhere. Oh dear. Lost the gun on the Panther effort to the re-echelon troops. Bad luck, Bryan. But we are seeing a slight drop there for victory points there for Thunderhun. Still, Bryan is very much struggling. He needs to make a decisive move with the Panthers. Needs to strike those armies down. Shows them what for. And so far there seems to be little interest in it. That might actually have an effect. Got the pack out of Veteran Fleet and the ambulance. A good strike there versus Thunder. And that's actually going to cost a bit, in particular the veteran crew there. And Bryan finally going, about time. You need to get those Panthers ready to sort of move out and do some serious damage here to Thunderhun though again. I mean, there's a lot of resource pumped into it, and he needs to do something about all the resources Thunderhun's pumped into his own stuff. But there he goes, showing about trouble there. Needs to blitz. Blitz the Panther. Blitz! Come on, you know, make your way forwards. But looks like here, Bryan is taking a more cautious approach. Bit of grenading down south here. Smoke from the rifleman, ensuring the Ostrom have to get close and out of cover. Oh, bad move, Bryan.
25 points remaining.
There you go, he makes it into the light car behind them. And there you go, quickly turns the table on the rifleman with his veteran to fleet Ostrom. Another use of counter-attack tactics. He's definitely getting better at it. Took him long enough. Paratroopers there in a dire situation as the Grenadiers, the Ostrom and the Panthers attack there. A large assault force from Bryan, mustering the best that the Panzerlehr apparently has available, which includes a lot of Ostrom. In fact, he's barely got any other German infantry left. He might want to consider some regular Panzer Grenadiers to sort of support things. He's got all 3 victory points now though, but at the same time, we got 2 Shermans allowing Thunderhun to strike at either point there. And of course, Bryan then sort of tries to strike down 1 Panther, but again, he needs to sort of try and deal with Jackson first. He needs to go on the offensive. He can't really play the action game here. It's only going to hurt his infantry, since his opponent has got larger armoured numbers. He needs to turn his strength against him and sort of deliver a decisive blow to Thunderhun's armour. I mean, try and go here north, go for the Jacksons first, blitzkrieg, get behind them, sort of try to cut them off. There we go. Keep moving forward. There we go, Panther joining in. Another Panther, by the way. Jackson down, move in, close in, come on. Bryan, forwards. Oh shit, we got a rocket artillery going down. Betty 2, by the way. There you go, blitzkrieging away. Though, of course, again, that could have been reason to get... Oh! Wow. Got another. What is he, a flak gunner? Well, what are they? Apparently they're just getting a lot of aircraft kills. But there, at least he got one of the Jacksons. That there's going to help Bryan, and now there's a lot less to hold back his Panthers. Now just need to deliver the killing blow there to the rest. Though, of course, he's going to have to wait for the aircraft to sort of get finished. This one's getting close to Veteran 3, though. And he still needs more pioneers, whereas Thunderhun needs to quickly replace the Jackson. He might also want to consider dropping an anti-tank gun to sort of support things in the meanwhile. And he's actually rushing ahead. One of his vehicle cruisers take a point there. Thunder getting this, but again, he wants to sort of drop down Bryan. I mean, Bryan is down to 12 points, of course, in that regard. It's not a bad idea, though it is a bit risky. Right there, Panzerwerfer barrage now actually makes it very difficult for Thunderhun to take the points, since if he presses them correctly, he can so quickly deliver accurate barrage onto any point. So in that regard, he's actually got a good chance there now. Counter-attack tactics might again be used to sort of quickly take the points. But this is definitely going to be a close one for Bryan if he's going to win this. Needs to move down 1 Panther to defend the southern victory point. Schnell! Here we got Thunderhun's armoured force building up with another Jackson. This one, though, is going to be vital. Veteran 2 allows it a high rate of fire, so we can combine that with the armour-piercing rounds. He can actually do a lot of damage to the Panthers, even the Veteran 2 one. He might lose the paratroops down there if he's not careful there to the Panther. Lost machine guns. There we go. Even a Browning was dropped.
Losing a capture point. Back to full strength. T-47 air support now available.
More artillery going down there in the centre.
Incoming fire. The enemy is taking our territory. Taking hostile fire. Armor ready.
Bit of Sherman activity. Another Panzer barrage there to sort of try and catch the infantry. Though this time Thunderhun has sort of learned. He knows the signs. He knows also where now Bryan is most likely to sort of hit the artillery strikes at. Right, yeah, he could have made him an element. He should have got the Jackson, or the Panther got behind them with a quick blitz while the other Panther attacked from the front here. That could really sort of cut off the in the sort of pincer there, in particular, then allowed to sort of focus down the Jackson easily. Oh dear, focusing on the Pathfinders. Scheisse. Still no sign of armor piercing rounds while we hear from Thunderhun. Bit unfortunate there. Instead we see smoke there, and we got 2 Jacksons again. Now we also see again he's playing a bit more tightly. He's not taking the risks anymore. One wrong move and those Panthers were going for after those Jacksons. Like fat cats after crippled mice.
Looks like we're going in. Orders coming through. A capture point is under attack. Withdrawing fire.
There you go, Ostrom with a Browning light machine gun, and more lethal than ever. There we go, got the Major, got the poor Major. And a Panther barrage, and there we go, Thunderhun quickly gets away, knows he's presenting the 2 tasty target there for Bryan's artillery. Right now though, Bryan needs to get moving in, he needs to knock out the rest of the armor. If he can do that, he can essentially break Thunderhun's spirit. And probably win this game, although it might still be close. And there we go, Bryan going in. Paratrop there, straight on the victory point. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. He might fire a artillery strike straight at Thunderhun's base here. There you go. Armor taking heavy fire there. Sherman down. He does not pursue, though. He does not pursue. Even now he's got Blitzkrieg on both Panthers. Paratroops are taking the damage. There you go. We got the Austral moving up there. Browning that machine gun pilfered from their comrades. Almost got the entire unit. Come on, Bryan. There you go. He blitzkriegs on one Panther. Get the other one moving as well. The veteran is too close to veteran 3. I mean, that's going to mean a high rate of fire. That's then going to be something you want. Now he's losing victory points again. He's using counter-attack tactics though, to sort of quickly again sort of try and turn that against his opponent. But it's definitely going to be a struggle here. One thing Bryan at this stage to consider is actually laying down machine gun bangers to cover each victory point to make it harder for Thunderhun to make a quick rush at any of the 3 points. Because that's definitely what he's going to be trying right now. That's just a quick rush. Another thing Bryan could then consider is actually going for a Sturmpanzer 4 to at least guard one of them. That could also be another option. Another ambulance down, by the way. So it's like here versus north. Firing at his own men more than anything, though.
Under fire! The enemy is overrunning one of our capture points. Pathfinder's ready for action. Our supply line just got cut off.
Troops reinforcing. Grenadier moving south.
Capture point is being overrun.
Third Panther for Bryan. I really think he just needs to get these other ones used to sort of again knock out the remaining armor. He's currently trying to use them basically like small bunkers, and he's splitting them up, which overall allows then Thunderhun to push over a good assault 1 point and overwhelm 1 Panther at a time. So it's a bit of a risky option here he's going for, and it's rather dangerous. He definitely has its weaknesses here. So right here, Bryan might be making a mistake which could result in a loss. There you go, fine, got the Panthers moving. Blitzkrieg, Bryan, Blitzkrieg. And again, going straight there for a victory point. Thunderhun knows no shame, only an attempted victory. And there you go, Panther Barrage wipes out the Allies. Valiant Pathfinders would probably earn themselves a Medal of Honor close to that. But there you go, he's rushing for the victory points, he's rushing for them. Third Panther arrives. Jackson moving in again. Nope. Panthers are split up, and there we go, he's moving in. Pop smoke, there we go, but they have to get out in the open. And there we go, Panther down. And there we go, another strategic mistake there by Bryan in sort of how he then tries to hold this. Definitely a strategic mistake.
We are losing a sector.
So now he's just lost a Panther there without doing much damage in return for it. And again, now he's abandoning this point. Again, he can't really defend it with just a pair of Austral. Again, needs bunkers then sort of make up for it. Needs bunkers, and he needs to sort of strike out the enemy armor. He needs to launch a counterattack and sort of crush the sort of main point of Thunderhun's force. He can't really afford to sit back, not with that many victory points still in his opponent's favour, while he's still only got 10. On the other hand, of course, Thunderhun needs to sort of try and play around it and sort of try and knock out the Panther. There you go. Armoured assault going for the north there. Veteran T3 Panther. Jackson needs to use armor-piercing rounds. Armor-piercing rounds, Thunderhun. Come on. What do you have against them? Panther pulls. He pulls back with a Veteran T3 Panther. Oh, come on, Bryan. That could have been a glorious victory. There's there with the paratroopers. Or paratroopers. Rather long fight here, though. We're getting close to 1 hour. Strike here versus the north. Luckily, none get killed in that strike. None get killed. Of course, not fortunate for Bryan. In fact, there's a 50 cal they could even pick up and use it against Thunderhun, and he's not. Another strike here, getting the paratroopers there. The victory points are slowly getting against him. Panthers moving in to try and deal with this infantry alongside the Osttruppen. Again, in fact, he's got nothing left but Osttruppen now. Nothing left but Osttruppen. And apparently these paratroops actually got a Panzer from the Panzer Grenadiers. P-47s, no, not P-47, that's actually another paratroop squad. Straight on the center! This looks to be an utter last-ditch effort here from Thunderhun. He's going for every single victory point, no matter the damn cost, straight into the jaws of the Panther. Thunderhun's courage knows no bounds, and there we go, Jackson tank again, attacking the isolated Panther. And he just pulls back instead of trying to get in there, get close, but there we go, even exposes the rear armor. Panther commanders were always instructed to keep the front armor towards the enemy, never expose the rear if possible. He's just going horribly against here. He actually retreats the Ostrom. He can't afford to retreat them. Now both these Panthers are in a terrible state here. Terrible. Desperate fighting for the center. Panther moves in. Units getting murdered. He needs more Panther Grenadiers or something. Panther down! Probably lost there to a bazooka shot from the captain, I imagine. Rocket Bowers misses. And GG, well played there from Bryan. Units moving north. Ostrom moving in. Thunderhun's troops barely holding on there. Barely!
We lost an infantry unit.
And as soon as he gets that, I mean, it's going to be Gomo. He's just holding down the captain there just as long as it lasts. Because as soon as you get that point rendered, there's not going to be time enough there to get it back. And just rendered neutral, so there we go. GG, game over. 56 minutes, 40 seconds. Better game there. Some slight lagging there at the end. My apologies there. There's apparently some slight issues there with some performance issues. That's probably gets straightened out. But beyond that, very sort of interesting match, very brutal match again. Basically, the issue here that came down for Bryan was basically strategic flaws. I mean, there was some problems in how he used his units. Partly good, he had a lot of Ostroms. How did he use them? He used them sort of more clumped up. He didn't, for example, try to play to his strength again, which is in numbers. Try to surround your opponent again. Even if you get one-on-one couldn't handle it again, he'd force Thunderhun to draw away, force it again. He, strangely enough, played defense himself. I mean, Thunderhun wisely played defense when he held the most of the map. Bryan, for some reason, played defensively, when he couldn't afford to, when he basically had to crush the enemy. He didn't. I mean, he had the armor advantage. He had a Veteran 3 Panther, Veterans 1 Panther. What did he do? He'd just strike out and pull back. He never tried to get in and get the killing blow on Thunderhun. And that cost him, because that allowed Thunderhun to sort of keep his Jacksons around. And note, Thunderhun, of course, always did it right. He never split them up. When he had to defend, he kept them in the reserve group. That's the correct way of doing it. Well, most cases anyways, I mean, there will always be sort of exceptions, so not, but in this case, well done. What did Bryan do? He split them up, and then what happened? Thunderhun moving, knocked them out. So in that regard, again, I've sort of said it basically, but again, don't split up your tanks. Keep them in the defensive reserve, then use your counterattack and drive away the enemy. You should have used bunkers and whatnot, not Panthers as bunkers. They're not good as that. You want actual bunkers. But that's also well played. I mean, there were some good things from Bryan. Good use of counter-attack tactics, though he was too late in using it. There were some things he could have done better, but overall, nice to see some Panthers. The Panzer Feathers definitely did their job as well. And it's so rare to see someone use Ostrom so extensively, but he should have had more Panther Grenadiers or Grenadiers mixed in with it. That was another problem, but there we go. Well played there by Thunderhun, barely holding on for less and just throwing at everything. And good use of paratroopers. Pathfinder tactics were well done as well. I mean, he just tore apart a lot of Bryan's men with them. Good use of P-47 tactics again. The armor tactics there were great from Thunderhun. Overall, very well played there by him. Very well played. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this match. If you did, want to subscribe, tell your friends, share with everyone. If not, send an email for some feedback in the comments section. This is Imperial Dancing. Cheers, and thank you all for watching. Bye.